Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you guys basically my evaluation of the state of the world and how people are living and the culture right now. Right now, I just see people drifting through life. It's very terrible what I see in the world. People will just sit on their phones, scroll through Instagram all day, occasionally look up to watch some Netflix or just listen to the same songs over and over again and just sit in their bed doing nothing all fucking day, watching YouTube videos, watching Netflix, watching or scrolling through Instagram, on Snapchat, just sending pictures of themselves back and forth to people, streaks, all that shit over and over again, and just living very unfulfilling lives, living how people told them to live, not making anything of themselves, not thinking for themselves, not caring about anything important. That's one thing I notice with a lot of conversations that people have. It's just the same topics over and over again. Drama, girls, fucking small talk, just constant fucking small talk. It's just shit like that over and over and over and over again. And I don't get how people don't get bored with that shit. Just fucking scroll through, occasionally look up or open up some porn and masturbate real quick. Just like, it's just meaningless. They're not doing anything with their lives. And then they'll go find a fucking woman who they don't love or just sacrifice themselves for some girl and just feel like shit forever. And yeah, just like, oh, wait for the girl to respond, wait for her to respond, and then she responds and one word answer, and then you just fucking sacrifice your soul for some girl who's just gonna chain you to fucking what's the word, insecurity and sadness and shit like that. And that's how people live their fucking lives, and it's really fucking depressing to me. They don't really make anything of themselves. They just try to pass the time, play video games all day, watch Netflix all day, talk about meaningless shit, just try to have a little fun, and then just try to have fun in the conversations, or just talk. And then when it gets to any substance, it's just very surface level shit, just like drama or anything. Yeah, really, really boring shit. And I don't think generally people are very fulfilled in the lives that they're leading right now. They're living how people tell them to live. They're living just range the moment, not wanting to think at all. Not because the second you bring up a philosophical idea, everybody's fucking eyes, they just glaze over and they don't want to talk to you. They're just like, oh yeah, whatever. This is fucking boring. I don't want to think. Why the fuck should I think? Like this. I just want to live how people tell me to live and go through these conversations without ever having to actually consider any new ways of viewing the world or anything different, anything that challenges me or anything that makes me think a little bit. And it's really depressing. I don't get how people can live that way. But so many people do. They just coast through life. They'll go to school, they'll go to work and hate their classes, hate their job. They just do it because people are like, oh, you need to make money, you need to survive. That's all they're doing. They're surviving, passing the time slowly as their life ticks away. This is all you have. This is your life. This is all that you'll ever have. But you just pass the time away slowly. Clock just ticks. Clock turns slowly. Second hand turns slowly towards your death. And you're just waiting to die. And I don't get it at all. I don't get how people are comfortable in that. And I don't think they are either, because every weekend you go out and just drown yourself so that you don't have to think. You don't want to have to think late at these nights. Late these weekend nights, you don't want to have to think about anything. You don't have to think about why your life is so meaningless, why nothing actually matters in your life at the moment, so you drown it away. You do something stupid that night that you're going to regret forever, you can drown it away next weekend. And that's just how people live. Just live how people tell you to. Go to work, go to school, because that's what you're supposed to do. And then drown away your sorrows on the weekend and slowly approach death. And say you fear death, but why not save it for later? If you fear death so much, why are you dying right now? Because that's what people are doing. Nobody's living. They're just slowly dying because they didn't think about anything. They've never thought for themselves. They've never thought about how am I going to live my life? What do I want to do? They'll have little sparks of ambition. They'll feel like, oh, maybe I should write something or make some YouTube videos. That was one thing for me, or anything like that. But that would take too much effort, too much thought. I don't want to create anything. I'll just live with my head down, live my life, live this mediocre, uninspiring life that will never be fulfilling. And that to me is extremely sad. But I think so many people live like that, and it's painful to me to see it. And it's something that I experience too, because there is a role of the superficial. There is a role of just having fun. Like, you don't want to be fucking serious all the time, because you do want to live a little. You want to have a little fun. That's why you sometimes go out the weekends and party and have fun. But that's how other people live their entire lives. For me, that all that shit is just a break from my pursuit of a career, my pursuit of life. But for other people, that's the standard. That's the standard of their life, and that they can't be happy with that. It doesn't make sense to me how anyone can be happy with that sort of life, just giving up all their aspirations just due to wanting to keep their head down and live the same life. And the opinions of people politically are so uninspiring as well, because they haven't given any thought to their opinions, because they don't have any good response to anything you press them on. They just have their set ways of thinking that they have been programmed into them, and they've never considered it. They've never thought about it, and that's just the way it is. And if you bring up anything somewhat controversial, they're like, "Well, what the fuck? I've never heard anything like this before." And it's why the media, like, if someone says even like a slightly more extreme position, everyone is just shocked. If anyone in the establishment says any sort of somewhat, any somewhat extreme position, anything somewhat surprising, people are like, "Oh my god, this dude just fucking said something extreme. Oh my god, he's so fucking crazy. What the fuck?" No, but these people haven't considered anything like that. They don't know how to argue against it, so they just call it extreme and ignore it. And ultimately, they ignore everything. They ignore ideas, and they ignore the path to living the best life possible, because they're just drifting. They're just going slowly through life, just counting the days until death comes. And it's very sad to me to see that. It's the same people who just don't confront anything dark within them. They suppress their emotions forever, and that's their whole goal throughout their whole life. Suppress all your emotions and never let them come out. Never let anything come out. And it always does. Never question your emotions. That's another thing people do. They never question their feelings. They never try to change their subconscious. So they don't change. They just take whatever life is given to them. And that's not how I want to live. I can't relate to that. I want to create something new. I want to think for myself. That's why I have the ideas that I have, because I've considered them for so long, and I've thought about all these different things, all the most extreme positions possible, and everything. I was born into a Catholic family with a centrist and a liberal parent. And look at me. I'm a fucking objectivist. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I am very small government, which is... It's not something that was given to me. It was something that I looked for. I searched for some truth, and that's what I found. And I'm trying to avoid the life of not thinking, a life of drifting. That's my main goal in life, is to create something, make something of myself, to think for myself, to be an independent person. Because anything else is just meaningless to me. It's just being part of some greater whole doesn't seem satisfying in that sense. I don't see, because you're nothing compared to this whole. You as an individual become nothing when you become this whole. You sacrifice yourself, you sacrifice everything. And I just want to think independently, make my own thing. That's why I made this YouTube channel, because all throughout probably my high school years, ever since I got interested in political stuff and philosophy. I just wanted to, I thought, I want to make a YouTube channel. I feel like that would be something that would be fun for me, just to talk about these ideas. And so I did it. It's not difficult. You just have to take that first step and do something, create something, think for yourself, live. Because if you truly fear death, you would save it for later. So I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.